We think we know what a woman wants. We listen, we observe, we interpret. But often, my friend, we only hear the echo of our own desires, our projections, our fears, our expectations. And in that echo, her true voice, it can be lost. It can become a whisper unheard, even by herself. What does she truly seek? Not control, not to be governed, not to be contained, not even to control you or the dance between you. No, what she yearns for, what her very soul calls out for, is connection. A deep, authentic connection. A space where the currents of life can flow unimpeded. Think of it. How often do we or she herself try to grasp, to hold tight, to define, to limit, to possess? We believe control brings safety or power, but in truth, it chokes the very life out of intimacy. It builds walls where bridges are needed. When a man seeks to control, he silences the melody of her spirit. He diminishes her light rather than reflecting it. And when she, perhaps out of past hurt or a longing for certainty, tries to control the narrative or the outcome, or even her own wild heart, she too creates a cage. A golden one, perhaps, but a cage nonetheless. Her energy, which is meant to be a vast flowing river, becomes a contained pool, still, silent. But what if we release that need for control? What if we simply allow her to be, allow ourselves to be, allow the mystery to unfold? Between a man and a woman flows not just passion, but life itself, a vibrant, pulsating current. It's the energy of creation, of healing, of understanding. When this energy is free, it weaves something extraordinary. It's not about asserting dominance or submitting. It's about a sacred dance of two sovereign beings, meeting, merging, remembering. When a woman breathes deeply, when her body softens, when her heart opens, life breathes with her. The very universe exhales and inhales in sync with her rhythm. Her true voice, then, is not a demand. It's an invitation to presence, to truth, to shared vulnerability. She wants to be seen, not just with the eyes of the body, but with the eyes of the soul, to be felt, not just physically, but in the deepest chambers of her being, to be understood, not with words alone, but with the quiet resonance of a shared spirit. This is the essence of true connection, a space where her energy can flow freely like a wild, untamed river, yet safe within its banks. A river that nourishes everything it touches, her creativity, her intuition, her joy, her very being. It is in this space, this sacred allowing, that desire truly awakens, not as a fleeting urge, but as a deep, resonant hum of life. Desire is the language through which the soul speaks, and when she is truly connected, truly free within herself and with you, her soul sings. It sings of beauty, of wonder, of the infinite possibilities that arise when two hearts choose presence over power, when two spirits choose to intertwine, not to control, but to celebrate each other's boundless nature. This is the whisper she hopes you will hear, the truth she carries within her, a longing for connection that transcends all fear, all ego, a yearning for the shared current of life. Love. Feel. Breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken.
We speak of the currents that flow between us, of the unspoken language. But what happens when that current is interrupted, when the natural flow is met with resistance? It is here, in the delicate dance of intimacy, that we sometimes falter. A man, perhaps, feels a flicker of unease, a quiet insecurity, a deep, primal fear of vulnerability, of not being enough, of the vast, untamed wilderness of her inner world. This fear, unacknowledged, can manifest as a subtle urge to manage, to direct, to control. He may not realize the profound beauty of her cyclical nature. Her energy is not a straight path. It is the moon in its phases, the ocean in its tides, the seasons in their turning. It ebbs, it flows, it rests, it surges. To try and hold this river still, to demand it run only in one direction, is to misunderstand the very essence of her being. And in that misunderstanding, the connection begins to fray. When he attempts to take her energy, to bend it to his will, rather than simply tuning in to its natural rhythm, a profound disservice occurs. It is like trying to grasp water in a tight fist. The harder one squeezes, the more it slips away. The harder one tries to control, the more fragile the bond becomes. Her light, that vibrant inner glow, begins to dim. Her inner smile, that quiet, radiant joy, recedes. It is not a conscious choice. It is an energetic withdrawal, a subtle self-preservation. A part of her essence retreats, seeking refuge from the pressure. Do you feel this? Have you known this quiet fading? When energy is blocked, we don't lose sex, we lose vitality. We lose the animating spirit that breathes life into every corner of our existence. The creative spark, the healing touch, the profound sense of being alive. Our drive to control is often just a fear of the immensity of her power, a fear of what we cannot contain, what we cannot predict. But her power is not meant to be contained. It is meant to be honored, to be met with an equal spaciousness. Desire is not a switch. It is not something that can be commanded or demanded or even coaxed through force. It is a delicate current, a soft invitation. It must be felt, respected, and truly invited to surface. It thrives in spaciousness, not confinement, in gentle presence, not insistent pressure. It seeks understanding, not submission. It asks for connection, not control. Love. Feel. Breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken.
And so we arrive at a deeper understanding of connection itself, not as a bond that binds, but as a current that flows. For what truly pulses between us, what truly ignites the spirit, is the very breath of life force. And within a woman, this life force is a magnificent, dynamic river. Her energy, you see, is never static. It is a creative, ever-moving stream. It seeks not to be contained, but to flow. It doesn't yearn for control, but for connection. She wants to feel this profound current within her, to be its willing, vibrant conduit. To truly connect with her is to understand this fundamental truth. It is to enter a space of co-creation, a mutual, reverent flow, a dance of presence where each movement is seen, felt, and honored. When a woman breathes deeply, life breathes with her. When her inner world is truly seen, truly heard, and gently held in a space of unwavering respect,
her essence blossoms. Her energy unfurls like the most exquisite flower, becoming a boundless source of healing, of inspiration, of pure, unadulterated vitality for herself and for all around her. Remember, desire is not the body calling, it is the soul singing. It is the deep, resonant language through which the soul speaks its longing for union, for expression, for life. This yearning is sacred. And attraction? Attraction is not sin. It is the universe remembering itself, calling out for completeness, for the sacred dance of polarities that bring forth new life, new understanding, new joy. She wants her inner river to flow freely, not to be dammed. When that current is honored, when it is allowed to move with grace and power, it doesn't just nourish her, it nourishes her relationships, her creativity, her world. Her presence becomes a balm, a wellspring. It encourages growth, inspires beauty, and heals the subtle wounds that life inevitably leaves. This is the true power of feminine energy, unleashed and revered. Love. Feel. Breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken. To truly connect, to bridge the spaces between us, we must first learn the art of presence. It is not a skill we acquire, but a state we remember. Think of it. How often are we truly here? Our minds wander, our thoughts race, our past whispers, our future calls. But connection, real, profound connection, it asks for all of you, here, now.
To the subtle shift in her eyes. It is listening with your entire being, with a quiet reverence for the story unfolding within her. She is a sacred vessel of life, holding mysteries and wisdom. Can you hear the melody of her unique rhythm? Can you feel the ebb and flow of her energy, without judgment, without the urge to fix or control? This is where respect for her rhythm becomes paramount. Life, true vitality, moves in cycles, in waves. It is never a straight line. Her essence, her sensuality, her spirit, they too follow these natural currents. To truly connect, we must learn to meet her there in her own cadence, not pushing, not pulling, not trying to accelerate or slow down, but simply moving with the organic, unfolding dance of who she is. This surrender to her natural flow is not a loss of power. It is an embracing of a greater, more profound strength. It's a trust in the wisdom of life itself. And what a vulnerability! This word, often misunderstood as weakness, is in fact the strongest, most direct path to intimacy. To offer space is one thing. To meet her vulnerability with your own, that is where the bridge becomes solid. It is the courage to lay down your armor, to reveal the tender, yearning heart beneath, to say without speaking, I see you, and I am here, fully, imperfectly, as myself. When she shares her deepest self, her fears, her joys, her quiet longings, can you meet her there? Not with solutions, but with the open expanse of your own authentic being. This shared vulnerability creates an energetic field where true intimacy can blossom, untainted by the need for performance or protection. For what truly blocks the flow between us? It is often the effort to control, to manipulate, to fulfill an expectation. We try too hard, we think too much, we forget the simple, profound power of attention. When energy is blocked, we don't lose sex, we lose vitality, we lose the very current of life itself. But when we bring our focused, loving attention,
When we surrender to the unfolding, when we simply are, the energy flows. It's like turning a faucet. You don't make the water flow, you simply remove the obstruction. This profound connection, this dance of presence and surrender, opens us to a deeper understanding of desire itself. Desire is not just the body calling, it is the soul singing. It is the universe remembering itself through the magnetic pull between two beings. Attraction is not sin. It's the universe remembering itself. It is the recognition of life's own creative impulse, seeking expression, seeking union. When we approach this recognition with wonder, rather than with a predatory gaze, desire transforms. It becomes a sacred current, a source of creative power, healing, and inspiration. A man doesn't lose power when he ages. He loses it when he stops looking with wonder. He loses it when he replaces awe with control, curiosity with certainty, presence with preoccupation. The true strength, the enduring vitality, lies in his capacity to remain open, to see the divine spark in another, to honor the mystery, and to meet life with an unwavering sense of awe. This is not about techniques. It is about a way of being. It is about offering your authentic self, your deep listening, and your boundless respect. When we approach connection from this place of wonder and presence, when we offer space and meet vulnerability with our own, intimacy doesn't have to be sought. It returns. It simply is.
It flows like a river finding its way to the sea, effortlessly, powerfully, bringing with it a profound sense of peace and a rekindled vitality that touches every aspect of our lives. It is the return to trust, not just in another, but in the natural, benevolent flow of life itself. Love. Feel. Breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken. We've spoken of desire, of the yearning that stirs within us, a whisper from the depths. But what truly is it, this longing? Is it merely a physical call, a simple impulse of the flesh? Or is it something far grander, far more profound? Perhaps it is the soul itself reaching out, not for possession, not for control, but for resonance, for connection. Think of a woman in her essence. Her very being is a testament to the flow of life. She carries within her the echo of creation, the rhythm of the tides, the quiet wisdom of the earth itself. And when she seeks connection, she is not seeking to be owned, to be managed, to be confined. No, she is seeking to be seen, to be honored, to be met. She yearns for a space where her spirit can unfurl, where her vulnerability is not a weakness, but a sacred doorway. She wants to be known, truly known, in the quiet chambers of her heart and the vibrant landscape of her body. For her body is not merely a form, it is a map of her soul, waiting to be read with tenderness. It asks to be understood, not as a problem to be solved or a territory to be conquered, but as a delicate, intricate tapestry woven with threads of emotion, intuition, and profound life force. When a man approaches her with this reverence, this gentle curiosity, he doesn't just touch her skin, he touches the very core of her being. He invites her soul to breathe. And in that space, in that tender meeting, something extraordinary begins to awaken. When a woman truly feels connected, truly honored for who she is, in her entirety, something shifts within her. The energy that might have been dormant or guarded or even fractured begins to stir. It rises,
not as a fleeting spark, but as a steady, luminous flame. This is where the magic lies, where the true power of connection reveals itself. She becomes a source, a vibrant, overflowing wellspring of life. Her creativity blossoms unrestrained. Her intuition sharpens, guiding not just herself, but those around her. Her capacity for healing, for nurturing, for bringing warmth into the world, it becomes boundless. Have you noticed this? In yourselves? In the women you cherish? When the fear is absent? When the trust is deep? When the space for authentic being is held? How the world around them seems to brighten? How their laughter becomes more resonant? How their touch carries a deeper comfort? This isn't about control. It never was. It is about allowing, about trusting the natural currents that flow between us. It is about understanding that the other person, particularly a woman, is not there to fulfill a role or to fit into a preconceived mold. She is there to share her unique melody, her distinct vibration, her precious, irreplaceable light. And when that light is allowed to shine freely, when she feels safe enough to share her innermost self, the benefits are not hers alone. They ripple outward.
They touch the man beside her, enriching his world with colors he might never have imagined. They touch their shared life, infusing it with a depth of joy and meaning that simple physical intimacy alone can never achieve. Between a man and a woman flows not just passion, but life itself. It is a river, constantly moving, constantly shaping. And if we try to dam it, to control its direction, to dictate its flow, we only diminish its power. But if we learn to flow with it, to respect its currents, to honor its depths, then we become part of something magnificent. Desire is the language through which the soul speaks, and when it speaks through connection, through reverence, through understanding, it is a song of creation. It is the universe remembering itself in the intimacy of two beings. Many of us, we carry old wounds, old stories. We've learned to guard our energy, to protect our hearts. We've feared the very power that surges within us, mistaking its intensity for something dangerous, something that needs to be tamed. But what if that intensity is exactly what's needed? What if that raw, untamed energy is the very essence of our vitality? When we stop fearing our own power, life begins to flow again. Not just sexual energy, but all energy, creative energy, healing energy, the energy to pursue our dreams, to connect with our purpose, to live fully and vibrantly. This isn't just about rekindling a spark in the bedroom. It's about rekindling the spark of life itself. It's about healing the distance between the body and the soul. It's about remembering that our sensuality is not separate from our spirituality. They are woven together, two threads of the same divine tapestry. So let us look with wonder once more. Let us listen with our hearts. Let us approach one another and ourselves with a tenderness that allows every hidden part to feel safe enough to emerge, to breathe, to connect. It is in this space of true connection, of honoring the life force in ourselves and in each other, that we find not just passion, but peace. Not just desire, but deep, abiding love. Not just a fleeting moment, but an endless wellspring of inspiration and joy. Love. Feel. Breathe. The energy within you has never died. It's been waiting for you to awaken.